Have you ever wondered what actually happens to you when you fall asleep? I'm not talking about your body. It stays in bed, resting. I'm talking about your consciousness. Because while your body sleeps, your mind often seems wide awake, traveling to places that feel as vivid, or even more vivid, than waking life itself. Think about it. You close your eyes and suddenly you're somewhere else. Entire worlds unfold before you. Conversations happen with people you've never met. You feel emotions, fear, joy, wonder, all in a state where you're supposedly unconscious. But if sleep is just rest, why is your mind so active? And more importantly, where does your consciousness actually go? Science tells us that sleep is a time for the brain to restore itself. But that answer barely scratches the surface. Why do we dream about things we've never experienced? Why do some people report leaving their bodies during sleep? And why does the brain become more active at night than it does during the day? The truth about consciousness during sleep is far deeper and stranger than we've been told. And tonight, we're going to explore it, step by step. Because what happens to your mind while you sleep just might change how you see waking reality forever. First up, your brain doesn't shut down. It wakes up. Most people assume that sleep is simply a time when the brain shuts down and rests. But if you actually look at brain activity, the truth is much stranger. During the deepest stages of sleep, certain parts of your brain do slow down. But the moment you enter the dream state, something incredible happens. Whole regions of your brain become just as active, if not more active, than when you're fully awake. For example, your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for logic and decision-making, takes a back seat. That's why your dreams often feel so illogical and surreal. But the visual centers of your brain and your emotional centers, they go into overdrive. This is why dreams can feel so intensely real, filled with vivid images and powerful emotions. And here's the kicker. If your brain is more active when you're dreaming, how can we say that sleep is simply rest? In reality, your brain doesn't rest the way you think. It shifts into an entirely different mode, one where it stops processing the outside world and starts exploring your inner universe, which means your consciousness doesn't disappear. It simply moves to a new level of awareness. Second, your brain releases a natural psychedelic every night. Now here's where things get even more fascinating. Deep inside your brain is a powerful, naturally occurring compound called DMT, short for dimethyltryptamine. It's the same chemical that's found in certain plants and used in powerful psychedelic experiences. But here's the twist. Your brain releases small amounts of DMT every single night when you enter REM sleep. This could explain why dreams often feel so bizarre, yet deeply meaningful. People who take synthetic DMT often report intense visions, encounters with strange beings, or feeling like they're shown hidden truths. Sound familiar? Many of us experience the same kinds of encounters in our dreams, without ever taking anything. But this raises a mind-bending question. If our own brain chemicals can alter our consciousness so profoundly during sleep, are we really experiencing reality when we're awake? Or are both waking life and dreams just different layers of a much bigger reality we barely understand? Third, some dreams predict the future. But how? Not all dreams are random. Some feel eerily precise, and sometimes they predict events that haven't happened yet. Throughout history, countless people have reported dreaming about future events, sometimes down to the smallest, strangest details. One of the most famous examples? Abraham Lincoln reportedly dreamed of his own assassination just days before it happened. But this phenomenon isn't limited to historical figures. Everyday people report dreams of meeting someone they haven't seen in years and then running into them the next day, or seeing an unfamiliar place in a dream, only to visit that exact location later in real life. If dreams were nothing more than random brain noise, why do they sometimes reveal glimpses of the future? Could it be that during sleep, our consciousness steps outside of linear time, accessing information beyond what our waking mind can perceive? And if so, what else might it be capable of seeing? Fourth, sleep paralysis, a glitch in consciousness. If sleep were just a simple state of rest, why do some people wake up fully aware, but completely paralyzed? Sleep paralysis is one of the most terrifying experiences a person can have. You're conscious, you can hear, see, and think, but your body won't move. Even stranger, many people report sensing a dark, unseen presence in the room. Here's where it gets really weird. People from completely different cultures, backgrounds, and belief systems often describe seeing the same things during sleep paralysis. Shadowy figures, a crushing pressure on the chest, or the overwhelming feeling of being watched. Why would people around the world, who've never spoken to each other, have such similar experiences? Is sleep paralysis just a harmless brain glitch? Or is it a rare moment when our consciousness briefly slips into a different state of awareness? Perhaps even a state where we glimpse something we aren't meant to see. Fifth, lucid dreaming, the power to control your reality. Most dreams happen to us. We drift along without any control. But some people develop the ability to wake up inside their dreams. They become aware they're dreaming and can start controlling the dream world as if it were real life. This is called lucid dreaming, and it reveals something incredible. Even in the deepest states of sleep, part of your mind remains fully conscious. Studies show that when someone lucid dreams, their prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for self-awareness and decision-making, lights up. In other words, even while your body sleeps, your mind can become as conscious and self-aware as it is during the day. But why does this ability exist at all? If dreaming is just random brain activity, why would we have the built-in capacity to take control? Some researchers believe lucid dreaming is more than just a mental trick. It's a clue that consciousness isn't fully tied to the physical body. When we dream, perhaps we're tapping into realities beyond this one. And in those moments, we get a glimpse of our true potential. Sixth, time works differently in dreams. Have you ever had a dream that felt like it lasted for hours, only to wake up and find that just a few minutes had passed? This isn't just your imagination. Scientific studies suggest that time inside dreams is fundamentally different from how we experience it when we're awake. During REM sleep, your brain operates on an entirely different internal clock. In fact, some lucid dreamers have tested this. They've deliberately counted or performed tasks inside their dreams, then compared the time spent in the dream to the real-world time. The results suggest that time dilation occurs, meaning that consciousness, while dreaming, may not be bound by the same laws of time that govern waking life. This raises a fascinating question. If your mind can experience time differently while dreaming, could it mean that consciousness itself isn't limited to our physical reality? Could time, as we understand it, be more of a mental construct than an unchangeable law? And if that's true, what else about reality might not be as fixed as we think? Seventh, the multiverse theory are dreams, glimpses of parallel realities. One of the strangest parts of dreaming is how real, detailed, and consistent some dream worlds can feel. Many people report visiting places in dreams that they've never seen in waking life. Yet those places have structure, logic, even geography they can remember vividly. Some even return to the same unknown locations in recurring dreams, almost as if they are living a second life in another world. This aligns with an intriguing concept from quantum physics known as the multiverse theory, the idea that infinite versions of reality exist simultaneously. If this is true, could dreaming be a way for our consciousness to momentarily shift into these alternate versions of reality? Some researchers and spiritual traditions believe that dreams are not always pure imagination. They may be glimpses into parallel dimensions, alternate versions of life we experience without realizing it. While mainstream science hasn't fully proven this idea, it's fascinating to think about. Perhaps when we dream, we aren't just creating fantasy worlds in our minds. We might actually be visiting them. Eighth, why do we forget most dreams? You've probably experienced it. You wake up from a dream feeling certain you'll remember it forever. The images were so clear, the emotions so strong, but within minutes, sometimes seconds, it fades away, as if it never happened. Why would the brain work so hard to erase something that felt so vivid and real? One explanation is that the hippocampus, the part of the brain responsible for storing long-term memories, behaves differently during sleep. It doesn't encode dream experiences the same way it does waking memories. But some researchers believe there may be a deeper reason. If we remembered every single dream in detail, our sense of reality could start to blur. We might confuse dream events with actual experiences, destabilizing our waking consciousness. In other words, forgetting dreams might be a built-in safeguard, protecting our perception of reality. Yet here's the twist. Some dreams do stay with us for years. They feel too significant to forget. Could it be that certain dreams aren't meant to fade, that they carry messages or insights that our deeper mind wants us to remember? If so, what might those unforgettable dreams be trying to tell us? Ninth, can you die in a dream? There's a common myth that if you die in a dream, you'll die in real life. But countless people have experienced death in their dreams and woken up perfectly fine. So what does it really mean when we die in a dream? Many researchers believe that dying in a dream isn't about physical death. It's about transformation. In the language of the subconscious mind, death often symbolizes a profound shift, the end of one chapter, the beginning of another. People who experience death in a dream often wake up feeling changed, more clear-headed, more aware, more ready to let go of old fears or limitations. But here's where it gets truly mysterious. Both sleep and death share some fascinating similarities. In both states, awareness detaches from physical reality. Normal bodily functions slow down, and external stimuli fade away. In fact, some near-death experiences describe sensations that are strikingly similar to vivid dreams, floating, meeting other beings, or reliving key moments from life. Could it be that dreams serve as a kind of training ground? A way for the mind to rehearse the ultimate journey of consciousness beyond the physical world? Whether or not that's true, one thing is certain. Dreams reveal just how fluid, flexible, and mysterious our awareness truly is. So, now you know. Sleep isn't just sleep. It's a doorway, one that takes your consciousness to places we're only beginning to understand. Maybe to hidden parts of your own mind, or maybe to something far beyond it. If you've made it this far in the video, here's what I want you to do. Drop a comment below with the words "wide awake," so I know you're one of the curious ones, the ones still asking questions about what's really going on while we sleep. And if this video opened your mind just a little, help it reach more people. Let's aim for 10,000 likes. Every single like helps push this out to more curious minds just like yours. Finally, don't stop here. If you're ready to explore more of the strange and mysterious nature of consciousness, just click on the video that's popping up on your screen right now. I'll see you there.